Yeah, look, I think there's two basic ways to do theology. There seems to be a lot of folk who want to do theology in what I would call a kind of a closing down the conversation kind of way. And Levinar referred to that kind of way of doing theology as talking about theology as said, you know. In other words, we've sorted it all out, and all we're doing now is telling all you fellas what everything means, you know, what God has said, what you mean, what I mean, what country means, or whatever, you know. It's all closed down, it's all been sorted out, and really it's just a matter of proclaiming that. And usually this kind of theology is done by, you know, one group of people who reckon everyone else is wrong and they're right, you know, that kind of approach. I don't think that's theology. I think that's ideology, you know. To me, theology is an ongoing conversation where you're always in process. You're always saying, you know, in Levinar's term, you're always saying, you're listening to the saying of God, the dynamism of God, the ongoing conversation of God, the ongoing creativity of God, you know. And that creativity is at play in our relationships with each other and in what we can learn from each other. Because it seems to me that whether you're talking about the divine in Christian terms or you're talking about the divine in Indigenous or Aboriginal terms, what you're still talking about is a God who deigns to come amongst us and speak to us through ordinary stuff like dirt and rocks and human beings and plants and animals, all our kin, all our family. And if we listen to each other and we talk to each other, then there's a lot to be learned, not only about ourselves, but about our kin, whether they be human or four-legged kin or whatever. And we might learn that that God is in all of that stuff. And the divine is alive in all of that stuff. So that's the kind of conversation that's not dead. It's not, you know, we know everything and you fellas have just got to learn what we know, you know. It's that sort of conversational, relational stuff that's always on the go, always travelling, always in pilgrimage, always learning. To me, that's what theology is.
Yeah.